Did you know that human beings will do much more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure? Isn't that amazing? That means if there's something that we want, as much as we want to achieve that thing and to gain the pleasure from it, we're actually driven more by trying to avoid pain. Now, sometimes this sounds like, well, that can't be, Armand, because when I go out and try to eat food, for example, I know that the pain of eating bad food is going to be more than the pleasure. But I end up eating the food anyways because I want the pleasure. Well, it turns out that there are these other factors involved, such as, for example, that time actually modulates the amount of pain and pleasure that we think we're going to get from something. Because as it turns out, it all comes down to not real pain and pleasure, but the idea of how much pain and pleasure we think we're going to get from something. So it's the impression of pain and pleasure that's actually driving us more. And it turns out that in that moment when you're trying to make a decision whether you should eat ice cream or not, for example, even though it's the pain is going to be a bigger pain than the pleasure you're going to get from it, you still go for the pleasure because the pleasure is happening today, whereas the pain isn't going to be for days or weeks or months or years from now. And for that reason, many people reach for the ice cream. But there's so much more to it. There's this amazing article written by Sydney. Click below, check out the article, and please leave some feedback about what you think about it. Love to hear from you. And Sydney and I will both be commenting on your comments. Thanks. Have an awesome day.